Everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to can what I call beef tips and gravy, but I'm doing it to where I can use it if I want to make stroganoff, beef tips and gravy, beef stew, pot pie, whatever I want to do with it. So I have just a little bit of oil. I just sprayed it with my doohickey here that you fill yourself. I just sprayed the bottom with a little bit of olive oil. The pot is really hot. And we're just gonna brown off about 4.5 pounds of meat that I cubed up into bite-sized pieces. You can do it whatever size you want. Big, small, whatever. Now if you wanted to, you could do it in batches, but I'm not worried about it. Got mine. Y'all know who that is? My Danny spoon. Okay, so I also have about 1.5 pounds of mushrooms quartered, and you can slice them, quarter them, cut them any way you like. I have 1 large onion that I just cut into a large cube. Don't look at my burn. I think I did that when I was grilling. I have some minced garlic, and you can season it with whatever you like. Garlic powder, onion powder, Lowry salt, Badias, just salt and pepper, whatever you like. And we will be using clear gel today. I have 5-quart jars washed and ready and sitting upside down over here. So I am, I think, ready to go. So we're just going to get this going. Oh, and I also have some beef broth with onions in it that was left from the Salisbury steak we did. And if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. It'll really help me out. And if you're a comer-backer, please like and comment. You guys know that helps get channels like this out there. We aren't the most popular group in the social media world. So some updates on the railroad situation. The Brotherhoods of Railroad Signalmen have denied the deal that was presented to them. There's about 6,000 employees in that union, and they are the ones that repair, install, maintain the signals that direct the train. So they're pretty important. The big issue is sick days, and they are the second union group to say no to the deal. There are 6 smaller groups that have agreed, but out of the 12 unions, any group that strikes would be honored by the other groups. So there is that. So that is a pending situation that we still have, plus our diesel shortage and potential gasoline shortages. So speaking of which, if it gets loud, the Air Force is busy today. They're very loud today. So the last couple of months, I never knew that well, I knew, but you would have never known before that the base was over yonder, and here lately you hear everything. So I'm just going to let this brown get going, and then I will add my onions and my garlic and my seasonings and my mushrooms, and then we will mix some clear gel. For every quart of liquid, you use 1/3 of a cup of clear gel, and don't read the directions where it says to add it to your pot. It will be a hot mess. So do it just like you would regular cornstarch and mix it in a liquid, but we'll get to that. So anyways, I'm going to let this brown up, and then we will be back for the next step. Okay, so we're going to add some Lawry's. Our onion. A good amount of garlic. Get that stirred in. We're going to add some pepper. Hey, hey. Dog's getting hopped up. We're going to add our mushrooms. Bella, go outside. Now, if you wanted to, you could add carrots, celery, potatoes, anything you wanted. You could put that in your jars and then add this. I'm doing this because we're using clear gel, because I want this to already have a gravy. Those onions separated. Gonna get my broth. That's just beef broth. We're going to add some more because I need this to cover my meat in the jars. And the ratios of vegetable you use is completely up to you. I'm going to add, I added, how much is that? About 3.5 cups more of water. Add a tablespoon of chicken or beef bouillon. You could use chicken. Stir it up. going to add a few splashes of Worcestershire. About a tablespoon. So if you measure a tablespoon. I'm going to be making 3 cups of water, so I'm going to add some more beef bouillon. And I'm going to start out with, I'm going to use this, and I'm going to start out with 2/3 of a cup of clear gel and see how thick it gets, and 3 cups of water. So here's my measuring cup. So you know I am measuring. This is the non-GMO clear gel. Clear gel is a modified cornstarch made for canning. It's used a lot in pie fillings and things like that. And we'll want to get it up to temperature just like you would any other thickener and get it thickened. Here's my water. And it will thicken a little more in the canning process. You want to get it mixed in really well so you don't have any lumps. And it mixes just like any other cornstarch. You know, that railroad situation, if you combine that with the diesel shortages and the gasoline shortages they say may happen or are happening, that is a perfect storm for us to not be able to get product. So get what you can while the getting's good. Okay, so we're just going to bring this up to temperature. I'm going to add some Kitchen Bouquet just because I like it darker. You don't have to do that. If you don't have Worcestershire, you could add a little soy, you could add some Maggi. I know a lot of people that use Maggi in their stroganoff and things like that. It's used in a lot of Hungarian dishes. Goulash. Bella, are you fly hunting in the kitchen? Did you guys bring in a fly? So, I'm going to bring this up to temperature, and as soon as it comes back up, I'll be back. Okay, it came to a bubble and it has thickened. I don't know if you can see that, but it's about where I want it. And when you open them, if you need it, you know, thicker, you can make it thicker. And then I cut up some potato and carrot to show you that you can, I'm going to turn this off. And I tasted it. The broth is delicious. It's seasoned really nice, very beefy, because all those juices from browning it initially. And this is not cooked all the way. This is a tough meat, so it will tenderize in the final process of canning. So let's see what I can do so you guys can see. See, the dogs were all quiet and Daddy came home and they're all hopped up. Now if you wanted to, you could add dry herbs to this, but this right here, I can do anything with it that I want. Like I said, I can open a jar, add sour cream, and have it over noodles for stroganoff. I can add vegetables, a jar of my mixed vegetables, make beef pot pie. I can chunk up bigger vegetables and make beef stew. That's what I did with one of the last jars I found the other day, and that was yummy. You could open a jar, add vegetables, and then put in some biscuits on top and put it in the oven, or you could do dumplings, or you could add some gnocchi. There's just all sorts of things you can do with this. So now I chopped up some veggies. So it's hot right there. It smells so good. I want to eat it now. I'm starving. I'm not eating. Okay. So I have my funnel, and this jar we will add some raw potatoes. You could add some frozen peas, add some carrot. I need a scooper. Hot. So now I'm going to add some of those mushrooms from the top. Go deep for some meat. You could also let this simmer with a bay leaf. Don't sink all the way. Let me get a poker. Add some more gravy in there. 1 inch of head space, and you can't see a thing. So this one has our potato, our carrot, our mushroom, beef. Filled it up that high. So that one we have stew ready. And I'll know because I see the orange in it. So here's what I can do. I can put that right there. So we have with this one recipe, we just added some more ingredients and we have stew. Or you have pot pie. You could add celery, whatever you want. This is going to be fun to clean up. And just keep filling your jars. See, when you're on camera, you're just a hot mess, let me tell you. And if you have any of this gravy left, you can can it on its own as well. And by itself, it will can for 20 minutes, just like broth. Or you can can it for 60 minutes like soup if it has some chunks in it. If you have just a little bit of meat and gravy left, you can add carrots and potato to the jar and turn it into stew and stretch it out and still have a meal in a jar and use up everything that you've made. So this is a very versatile base that you can do a lot with. So I'm going to keep filling these up and I'll be back when we load the canner. Okay, I'm on the last jar and this is what I have left in the pot. So I cut up potato. Carrots. You could add peas, celery, corn, green beans, whatever you want. The other half of my potato. Need that funnel. There's a fly. Go. bit of gravy here. Divvy it up. And that's it, you guys. Some onions. We used every bit. We got 6 quarts. Get our vinegar, and then I'm going to have to wash down the stove before I put the canner on here. Because I made a hot mess, literally. Wipe your rims really well. You saw how messy I was. So hubby came home. He said that's a B1 making all the racket. Or flying it around. And I'll know which ones are the stew because of the orange carrots. So we have 2 stews and 4 beef tips and gravy with mushrooms and onion that we can turn into whatever we want. Okay, those are ready for lids, so I'll do that when I come back. I'm going to scrub this down. Forgot to turn it off. Okay, got that all cleaned up. If you use a flat top stove to can, you want to make sure you don't have any bits on your burners and stuff because it can mess it up. So, going to put our lid on. Have you seen the Lehman lids? These are heavy duty lids. They are nice. So we're going to put all of our lids on. They have the blue glue. Put on your ring, fingertip tight. I'm going to do all of them. I have the other ones away from the hot burner. And they're hot. And we will get the canner and set it up. Okay, we have our canner loaded. My Presto takes 3 quarts of water, so you want to make sure you have at least 3 inches of water in your canner. You have a V on your lid and a V on the handle. Match those up. Lock it. When this has vented steam for 10 minutes and this has popped up, you will put your weight on. After the weight comes to a jiggle, adjust your heat so it's just a slow dance across the floor. You don't want quiet riot. And set your timer for 90 minutes quarts, 75 minutes pints. So I will see you when these are coming out. Okay, we're going to take them out of the canner. Always take the lid off away from your face. Six meals, guys, with a plethora of ways of cooking it. I was telling my husband and he called me Bubba. So I was like, you can make pot pie, beef stroganoff, beef tips and gravy. And he was like, okay, Bubba. Beef and biscuits, beef and dumplings. So there it is. It's a beautiful thing. 6 quarts of beef meals. So I think my next project, beef curry. So anyways, there it is. If you have any questions, post them down below. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. You stay safe, you stay healthy, and don't you worry. Everything's gonna be fine.